Step Up Music and Mission Showcase. For Galas and Giving, I'm Vanessa Chahan. Dinner, silent auction, and musical performances are to look forward to as we dive into this event. Kirshner started the Bridge years ago and was the first to speak on the amazing contributions that have been brought to our community by the organization. Now, it may be a little loud behind me, but that is because we have a live auction going on. But I'm here with Rick Kirshner. Now, Rick, why is the Bridge so important to our community?
Well, the Bridge is really important for several reasons, but number one, we get people talking and working together. And often when we get together with unlikely persons, we get collaborating and working on issues and communicating in ways we've never done before. So we usually come out of those rooms with initiatives to work together and strengthen each other's organization, but strengthen our community ultimately.
Perfect. And I noticed that you work within exclusively small group of people. However, every year you pull off such an amazing event. Tell me what that process is like for you guys.
Well, we've been doing these events for probably 12 or 15 years now, and Jill Edwards, our business manager, is really good at it, and we just learn to build on your event from the previous year. So we work hard, and we've got an amazing group of volunteers, and again, donors and sponsors and partners, and ultimately everybody pulls in and does a great event. So we thank you guys for being here and all the people that have contributed to making this a great event.
Whiston is the creative director for the District Recording Studio and works closely with Rick as the construction of the studio progresses. I'm here with Willie Whiston. So Willie, what is it that caused you guys to start building a recording studio in our community?
It all really started with Rick Kirshner had like a kind of a dream to have this kind of space. We don't have this space. Basically, once you get to Edmonton, there's nothing after it.
Yeah.
And nothing at this level anyway. So we have a big room where you can record full bands and whatnot, right? So it was kind of recognizing a need and also recognizing that it was a space that was really needed for youth. There's a great need for youth infrastructure in the town, and having a creative space that they can explore music and those kind of things was super important.
What was the process in starting to build this facility for our community?
Well, it all started with part of the renovation for the Composite High School, and so it was actually built right into like the blueprint for the renovation. There were architects that came and designed the whole thing. There was a process of finding high quality gear that was a good mix of analog and digital, that was professional grade but also accessible for someone who would learn, right? So we had a great team. Chris Wells kind of compiled the whole gear list, and I guess here we are today waiting, for the drywall to get finished, and we'll be in.
Seidel is one of the radio hosts for The Bridge. I caught up with her just as her and her husband decided to support the live auction. I'm here with Steph Seidel, and she just bought a raspberry tart. Is that right?
It's true. My husband cannot stay away from Jill Edwards' raspberry tarts. They're chocolate raspberry, and they are the favorite at all of our events.
Well, I was going to ask you originally, why do you feel like The Bridge is so important to the community?
You know what? The thing about The Bridge is that it's a community radio station, and it really works hard to champion the community. We have a huge partnership with the FMPSD, and that is such an amazing blessing. We get to be in the schools and get to hang out with the youth there, and then as well, we get to have different community members on, even if they're not advertising with us, to tell people about their events and to fundraise for them and to give back to our community and let people know what's going on. It's a really cool experience to be able to be that community radio station, to not be owned by somebody else, but to be in the community owned. It's great.
Dango Gogo is on the board of directors for the King's Kids Promotions. She was full of positives and gushed about the missions. Now, Dango, what do you think is the most unknown fact about the missions that are provided?
I think people just don't know what we do. And King's Kids, they just know about the radio station and don't know all the outreach programs that we do, especially the missions to help young people. The main thing that people don't understand is how they can show. Most of us want our kids to have a good life, and but the missions, the family missions, brings the family together. So it was amazing to see that we had 4 kids. There were 12 of us that went, and there were 4 kids kids, 9-year-old, 10-year-old, and 12, and I think 14-year-old. It was a good thing for them to see, to actually serve. We did feed hundreds of kids in Mexico, and for them to make friends with those kids, serve them, you know, and actually we got to see one of their houses where they live, and they were all so sad to see that their friend lived in that kind of a house, and they came back feeling, you know, she was giving them gifts from what she didn't even have, and they were feeling bad taking it, but they learned that, you know, you share the little that you have, that we didn't just go there to help them, but we went there to be blessed as well, so it was amazing.
How can people get more involved?
People can get more involved by contacting us, contacting through the radio station or directly to the office to get involved with, you know, either sponsorship or actually coming on the mission. I think everybody should experience it. I think every family should take their children on a mission trip to see how privileged and blessed they are to be in Canada, to just go and see how other children like them live in the world, in other parts of the world, and bring that back home, and their lives will be changed forever.
I close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me, that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. There's a house we can build. Every room inside is filled with things from far away. Special things I compile, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say we've lost our minds. I don't care if they call us crazy. Run away to a world that we design.
Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
However big, however small, let me be part of it all. Share your dreams with me. You may be right, you may be wrong, but say that you'll bring me along to the world you see, to the world I close my eyes to see. I close my eyes to see.
Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head.
A million dreams are keeping me
A million dreams, a million dreams. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take.
for the world we're gonna make.
Jody Cooper, Director of the Family Missions, attended the evening. We discussed how the mission affected her family as well. I noticed that you were one of the main people that went on the recent mission. How do you feel that that trip actually impacted your family and your family dynamic?
Yeah, well, it's really interesting because there was a lot of history leading up to the trip. This has really been about 4 years in the making. And yeah, it was one of those things that we actually will continue to go back to Cabo probably for the rest of our life. And we hope we continue to bring more and more teams down with us from Fort McMurray and maybe even from other places in Canada as well. And it's just one of those things that was very impactful from so many different angles, but you know, I think it's just one of those where it really gave us an opportunity to humbly serve internationally.
And I know that you also brought along your child. How did you see her impact and her growth there, and how did that affect her perspective here in Canada?
Yeah, well, I think she had a little bit of an expectation because she has been there before. But to go for an entire week and dedicate yourself there, I think it really got her to understand actually how fortunate we are here in Fort McMurray. You know, and just the opportunities that our community has here is just absolutely amazing. But I think there was just a real humbleness about it, not just for the children, but for the adults as well. But it also really showed us that no matter where you are in the world, kids are actually just kids.
The Bridge Gala is an annual treat for our community, highlighting the ongoing contributions made in our community by the organization. For Shaw TV's Galas and Giving, I'm Vanessa Chahan.
Aesthetic services for Vanessa Chahan provided by Allure Medispa.
Clothing provided by Valencia. Cosmetic dentistry provided by Pyramid Dental. And if you would like Galas and Giving to cover your event, email us at galasandgivingfm@gmail.com.